Imagine a woman standing alone in the rain, her small frame illuminated by the flickering porch light of a modest Indiana home. She is holding a handful of Christmas lights, whispering a name into the static-filled air, her face a map of exhaustion and absolute, unbreakable conviction. This is Joyce Byers, perhaps the most ordinary hero ever to grace our screens, and her journey throughout Stranger Things is not just one of a mother searching for her son, but a profound case study in the psychology of belief, a testament to what happens when a single, unwavering truth in one person's heart crashes against the solid, dismissive wall of the entire world. Her story teaches us that the most powerful force in the universe isn't a monster from another dimension, it is the human mind's refusal to let go of love, even when every piece of evidence and every authority figure insists that love is gone. To understand the monumental strength of Joyce's belief, we must first see the world she is pushing against. When her youngest son, Will, vanishes without a trace, the official story quickly solidifies. The police, led by the pragmatic but skeptical Chief Hopper, see a runaway kid from a troubled, single-parent home. The scientists at the Hawkins National Laboratory, the true architects of the horror, offer a chillingly clean lie, a simple accident, a body found in the quarry. They present a fake corpse, clothed in Will's things, and the world accepts it. The funeral arrangements begin. The case is closed. Society, with all its procedures and uniforms and documents, declares the matter resolved. This is the world Joyce is up against, a consensus of powerful men telling her to grieve, to accept, to stop being difficult. They pathologize her certainty. Her frantic energy is seen as hysteria. Her relentless questions are nagging. Her refusal to accept the so-called facts is framed as a failure to process grief, a denial of reality itself. And in the face of this, a weaker mind would have broken. The pressure to conform, to surrender to the collective verdict, is immense. But Joyce does not bend. Why? The root of her unshakable belief is not mystical, it is profoundly, beautifully maternal. It is a knowledge that exists in the gut, in the bones, a cellular connection that no official report can sever. She knows her son's habits, his routines, the quiet rhythm of his life. She knows he wouldn't run away. More importantly, she feels him. This is where her psychology transcends simple stubbornness and enters the realm of a deep, intuitive knowing. When the lights in her home begin to flicker, communicating in a frantic pulse, the world would see faulty wiring or a stressed imagination. Joyce sees a voice. She doesn't understand the how or the why, she simply accepts the what. She follows the thread of connection, no matter how bizarre it seems. Her genius lies in her literalism. A disembodied voice says RUN, so she runs. The alphabet on the wall becomes a conduit. She doesn't debate the physics of communicating through Christmas lights, she just buys more lights, miles of them, turning her living room into a sacred space of contact. This is belief in action, a series of small, concrete steps fueled by an internal certainty. Her mind is not clouded by doubt because it is completely focused on the goal. Her son, the how is irrelevant, the that is everything. Her methodology is pure, desperate chaos, a stark contrast to the cold, ordered lies of the laboratory. While Dr. Brenner and his team operate in sterile, secret rooms, controlling narratives and disposing of problems, Joyce operates in a landscape of emotional anarchy. She smashes holes in her walls, not to find pipes, but to find a monster. She covers every surface with scrawled notes and maps, creating a visual representation of her mind, a mind that is holding onto a truth no one else can see. This chaos is not madness, it is a new logic. She is building a framework of understanding from the ground up, using the only tools she has, love, instinct, and a refusal to quit. The famous scene where her friend Hopper finally sees the truth, watching the letters light up under Joyce's trembling fingers, is the moment her subjective reality breaks into the objective world. She has not convinced him with argument, she has shown him a new reality. She has made him experience her belief. This struggle, of one person's truth against the world's, repeats and evolves. In Season 2, her belief is no longer about contact but about protection. Will is back, but he is not safe. He is haunted, possessed by the lingering force of the upside down. Again, the world offers rational explanations. PTSD, epilepsy, childhood anxiety. The doctors want to sedate him, to quiet the symptoms. But Joyce sees the monster in her son's eyes. She sees the chilling accuracy of his drawings, the unnatural cold of his body. Her belief now must defend her son from a threat that lives inside him, a battle that is even more isolating. She becomes a warrior of routine and warmth, boiling bathwater, locking doors, using heat as a weapon against an inner cold. She trusts Will's own perceptions absolutely. Even when he describes sensations no human should feel, her belief validates his experience, creating a fortress of us against the world that keeps his humanity alive while the mind flayer tries to erase it. By the later seasons, Joyce's role expands, but the core of her psychology remains. She is no longer just a mother fighting for her kids, she is a foundational pillar in a larger fight for Hawkins itself. Yet, even when entangled in globe-trotting adventures with Russian Keys and Nina Project Mindscapes, her motivation is beautifully simple. It always comes back to the primal drive: keep her children safe. Her courage in facing prison guards, Soviet soldiers, or interdimensional demons isn't born from a desire to be a hero. It is born from the calculated realization that the only way to ensure her son's safety is to eliminate the threat at its source. Her belief has scaled up. She now believes they can win, that they can close the gates, not because of grand plans, but because the alternative is unacceptable. Her love, once a narrow beam focused on finding Will, has broadened into a fierce, protective energy that encompasses his friends, Hopper, and the entire town that once doubted her. In the end, the psychology of Joyce Byers is a masterclass in the power of epistemic resistance, the act of holding onto your own way of knowing in the face of overwhelming opposition. She represents the ultimate triumph of emotional intelligence and intuitive knowledge over institutional authority and so-called rational fact. The show cleverly validates her. Of course, the monsters are real, her son was alive, her screaming into the lights was a brilliant act of communication. But the deeper truth for us, the audience, is metaphorical. We all have our Christmas lights moments. We feel a truth in our relationships, our work, our lives, that the world dismisses as foolish, naive, or crazy. Joyce teaches us to listen to that quiet, insistent voice. She shows us that perseverance is a form of love, and that what looks like madness to an outside observer can be the purest form of sanity, a sanity anchored in the heart. She didn't defeat the Demogorgon with a gun or the Mind Flayer with a scientific formula. She defeated despair with hope, lies with truth, and the world's cold certainty with the unshakable, roaring fire of a mother's belief. In a story filled with psychic kids and alternate dimensions, Joyce Byers, the woman with the hammer and the roll of lights, remains the most powerfully human and psychologically resonant force of all, the force that says, "I know what I know, and I will not look away."